What is your email? Can you write it down? I would send out the meeting materials on Sunday night.
I didn't get it. EFR.
All right, I'll read the minutes then, since we haven't seen it. So at the last meeting, in attendance was Judy Galloway, Chairman Tom Lindeman, Member Dave Van Wally, Member Gail Fig, Chief Zach Mark, Clerk Keith Winger, firefighters Brant Miller, Brian Eckendorfer, Kylie Richard, Dave Summers, and residents David Frick. Approval of minutes from the May 12th meeting. They were approved and motion was made by Dave Van Wally and seconded by Tom Lindeman. New business, the May month ending reports were reviewed. There will be an additional appropriations presented at the next meeting. A motion was made by Tom Lindeman and seconded by Dave Van Wally for a surplus equipment resolution pertaining to the utility vehicle and engine 42. The motion was carried. That a meeting will be set up to begin working on the 2027 budget. Old business, we have gotten one quote for cleaning the retention pond and redirecting the surface water, and we'll be checking with another company also. The roof leak has been resolved. We are still in the process of figuring out if there is mold problem that must be dealt with. We continue to update the capital needs list. The relocation of the data panel is to begin next week. We continue to check what restrictions apply to getting the new digital sign. We are beginning to check into getting a replacement for engine 42. We're continuing to investigate the best health insurance options before making a final decision. And we're checking with the Indiana Bond Bank about the possibility of getting financial help if needed. Fire chief report, things are going well with first due. May runs were 76 with 429 year to date. The employee handbook, first law of best practices systems is going well. The tanker and the squad had maintenance done. All trucks have been preventatively maintained. We had one firefighter leave and hired Jared Weldon. We have received one new application and completed second interviews. We'll continue to check possibilities for receiving grants. Other reports, the union rep would like to meet to discuss the new budget. And Chris Bowman has been working to make sure that the puck codes are accurate. The next meeting is scheduled for July 14th, 2026. Motion to adjourn the meeting was made at 5:45 by Dave Van Wally, seconded by Tom Lindeman. Motion carried. Now, I'll accept the motion to approve the minutes as read. I second. All in favor? Motion carried. Okay. I'm gonna change the order here a little bit. We had advertised this would be a hearing on an additional appropriation at this meeting. So there are 3 different accounts that were advertised in the paper. And I guess I'll just read through those. The first one is for the township fire, excuse me, I'll start with the township fund. Separated. The first one is for the township fund account 0101. And it starts out, whereas the proper officers of Township Board of Center Township and St. Joseph County, Indiana have determined that it's now necessary to appropriate more money for the calendar year 2026 than the amount that was fixed by the Township Board and finally determined in the annual budget under Indiana Code 6-1.1 and Whereas the notice was duly given to the public in accordance with IC 6-1.1-18-5A and IC 5-3-1-2B for a public hearing on the proposed additional appropriation, and a public hearing was held today, July 14th, 2026, by the Township Board regarding the same. Therefore, be it ordained, resolved by the Township Board, Center Township, St. Joseph County, Indiana, that a need now exists for additional appropriation out of the following fund or funds named and for the purposes specified, subject to laws governing the same. Okay, so for the Township Fund 0101, we're doing an additional appropriation of $30,000 in the supplies account. The other services and charges, we're doing a $60,000 additional appropriation, and capital outlays of $110,000. The total amount of this additional appropriation is $200,000. I need to say that this is not adding any tax money. This is cash that we have in the bank that we're just seeking approval to spend. Any questions? I'll accept the motion. Do we approve this resolution? So moved and seconded by Gail. All in favor? Motion carried. So we'll sign this. Now, the next one is the fire fund, count 1111. I'm not going to read all that stuff that I just read because it's identical. But for the fire fund, we're proposing $15,000 for personal services, $15,000 for supplies, $30,000 for other services and charges, and $90,000 for capital outlays, for a total of $150,000. Is there a motion to approve? Dave made the motion, Dale seconded. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. And the last one, again, everything that I read previously is identical. This is for Fund 1190, which is the cumulative fund. And that one, we're doing an appropriation of additional $50,000 for other services and charges, $250,000 for capital outlays, for a total of $300,000. I hear a motion to approve. Dave, Dale seconded. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Okay. Next thing, we'll go over the financials. This is for the month ending June 30th. And because the year's half over, if we're spending equal amounts every month, it would be half of the original appropriation. And rainy day fund, we haven't spent any money, and there is $17,050 in it at the beginning, and there's still $17,054 in it. Township fund, again at 50%. Record books were over, but we actually didn't set up a fund. We didn't do an appropriation for that to begin with. So anything we spent would have been over. And then printing and postage, same situation, so it's over. So that whole line item, there was $1,000 appropriated for office supplies, and we were over that. We spent $1,947.08, so it's not a big deal. In total, we're going to be fine. Then on the next group of charges, printing and advertising, we were at 85%. So we're over there. And bank charges, we're over there. We're in the hole. But again, it's small dollar. Capital outlays, we had budgeted $20,000 and we spent $21,787. So we're over there. But the good news in total, we budgeted $163,104, and we're 39% for that whole account. So we're in good shape. It's just a matter of things got charged differently against the individual line items. So the cash in the fund at the beginning was $223,352. And I need to point out, we did get our distribution from the county sometime in June. So we got an additional $58,443 for the tax distribution. And so that leaves us with $270,298 in that fund. Okay. Township assistance. I won't belabor that one a whole lot. We budgeted $26,905. We spent $2,965 in June. Year to date, we've spent $7,715. So we're only at 28%. So we're in that account. We don't take tax distribution. So we've been living off of our cash in that account. Township Fire and EMS, again, 50% on personal services, which includes the salaries and employee benefits, Social Security, all that kind of stuff. We budgeted $1,255. We are at 46%, so we're in good shape there. Under the supplies category, repair and maintenance supplies, we are over a little bit there. The budget 11,000, and year to date we've spent 64.63. So the total for the supplies account is at 40%. So we're 48. Very hard to read.
Differentiate. I think one above is $1,801,000.
Okay.